Good afternoon, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you and your family are all safe. Okay, talking about your previous class, we had discussed about nouns, pronouns, right? So today we are going to study about verbs. You can look over the topic here. Verbs. So what is verb? Can anyone explain me what is verb? Okay, a verb is a part of speech. Did you get me, my dear students? A verb is a part of speech. A verb is used to show action, state and position. Without a verb, we cannot make a sentence. Did you understand, my dear students? A verb is a part of speech. A verb is used to show action, state and position. Without a verb, we cannot make a proper sentence. And a verb is used according to the sentence. Did you understand, my dear students? A verb is used according to the sentence. So there are two types of verbs. They are auxiliary verbs and ordinary verbs. First of all, you can look some few examples over here, C R-U-N-S, runs. She runs in the morning. She runs in the morning. This runs. This describe the sentence. Yes or no? This word describe the whole sentence. That's why this runs is an verb. This runs is a verb. Another one example is she is a teacher. She is a teacher. So which word complete a sentence here? Which word complete a sentence here? Can you tell me? Yes, is. This complete a sentence here. Is shows a state. Did you understand, my dear students? And another one example. She has a book. Which word complete a sentence here? Has, right. Has complete a sentence here. So we had I already explained you that verb shows action, state and position. Yes or no? Just before a few minutes I had explained you that a verb is used to show action, state and position. Yes or no? So here runs, is, has shows action, state and position. For example, this runs. This shows action. Understood? This runs shows action. And this is shows, this is shows state. And this has shows position. Understood, my dear students? A verb is a part of speech and a verb is used to show action, state and position. She runs in the morning. Runs shows action. She is a teacher. Is shows state. She has a book. Has shows position. There are two types of verbs. They are auxiliary verb and ordinary verb. Auxiliary verb such as I, am, are, was, were, has, have, etc. What are the examples of auxiliary verbs? The examples of auxiliary verbs are is, am, are, was, were, has, have, etc. Whereas ordinary verbs such as ask, beat, catch, run, walk, eat, etc. So what do you find the differences between auxiliary verbs and ordinary verbs? Did you find any kind of differences? Okay, let's study about the auxiliary verb. What is auxiliary verb? Can you tell me what is auxiliary verb? Okay, so auxiliary verb is known as helping verbs. What is auxiliary verb? Auxiliary verbs is known as helping verbs. So there are two types of auxiliary verb. How many types of auxiliary verbs are there? there are two types of auxiliary verbs. First one I have already written here, that one is simple auxiliary verbs, and next one is modal auxiliary verbs. So there are two types of auxiliary verbs, that is simple auxiliary verbs and the next one is modal auxiliary verb. First of all, let's discuss about the simple auxiliary verb. You can look over here, I have written here something: root form, base form, past form, past participle form, present participle or ing form, as form or present form singular, and present plural form. So you can look here, root form or base form. Here B, have, have, and do, do. These are the word which is used in root form and base form. Understood? So next one is past form. Was, were, had, did. These are the few examples of past form. Did you understood, my dear students? Was, were, had, did are the few examples of past form. Another one is past participle. Been, had, done. Been, had, done. These are the few examples of past participle form. Now another one is present participle or ing form. being, being, having, having, and next one is doing, doing. Another one is s form or present form singular. What will be here? Is, am, has, does. And last one is present plural form. What will be here? Are, and have, and do. Yes, these are the verbs which are used in simple auxiliary verbs. Root form, base form: be, have, do. Past form: was, were, had, did. Past participle: been, had, done. Present participle or ing form: being, having, doing. As form or present form singular: is, am, has, does. And the last one, present plural form: are, have, and do. Okay, my dear students, these are the verbs which is used in simple auxiliary verbs. Now, there are different types of simple auxiliary verbs like simple present be verb. Simple present be verb. And another one is simple past of be, was, and were. Simple present be verb, simple past of be, was, and were. Like for example, this one, simple present be verb. We use am with I, such as we can use am here. Am. We can use am here. Like for example, I am a teacher. I am a student. I am a doctor. These are the few examples of simple present be verb by using am. I am a teacher. I am a doctor. I am a nurse. Yes, I am an engineer. These are the few examples over here. And you can use in this simple present be verb, you can use is as well. is, is as well. So what will be the example if you use is? He is a teacher. She is a teacher. He is a doctor. Yes or no? Yes, these are the few examples if you use is. He is a teacher. She is a teacher. It is a dog. Understood, my dear students? So another one is simple past of be, was, were. What will be the example here? He was a teacher. She was a teacher. Him was a captain. Rita was a basketball player. Sam was a football player. Yes or no? Yes. So, simple present be verb, you can use am, you can use is, you can use are also here, you can use are. Yes or no? Like I have already explained you this one. Am, I am a teacher by using is. She is a teacher. Are, they are students. Yes or no? And when you used was and were, you can use he was a teacher. They were playing cricket. They were playing football. Did you understood, my dear students? I hope you understood, right? So, this is the simple auxiliary verbs. Now, next one is modal auxiliary verbs. Can you tell me what is modal auxiliary verbs? Okay, modal auxiliary verbs. Now, next one is, first one we discuss about simple auxiliary verbs, and next one is modal auxiliary verbs. Modals are also called modal verbs, modal auxiliary verbs. Did you understand, my dear students? M-O-D-A-L-S. Modals, also called M-O-D-A-L, modal verbs, as well as modal auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs is special verbs which behave irregularly in English. Did you understand, my dear students? Modal auxiliary verbs are special verbs which behave irregularly in English. They are different from normal verb. Understood? They are different than normal verb like work, play, visit. They are totally different than normal verb. Modal auxiliary verbs are totally different than normal verb like work, play, visit. They give additional information about the function of the man. Understood? They give additional information about the function of man verb that follows it. They have a great variety of communication functions. Understood, my dear students? Modals, also called modal verb, modal auxiliary verbs, modal auxiliaries, are special verbs which behave irregularly in English. They are different from normal verbs like work, play, visit. They give additional information about the function of the main verb that follows it. They have a great variety of communication functions. Did you understand, my dear students, what is modal auxiliary verbs? Okay, there are many functions of modal auxiliary verbs like permission, probability, possibility, advice, lack of necessity, prohibition, obligation, ability. Understood, my dear students? Functions of modal auxiliary verbs are permissions, probability, possibility, advice, lack of necessity, prohibition, obligations, and ability. They are the function of modal auxiliary verb. Like you can look over here some few examples of modal auxiliary verbs. M-U-S-T, must. Yes or no? Must is an strong obligation. Must is an strong obligation. Must is an strong obligation. And how can you use as a sentence? How can you use as a sentence? Can someone tell me how can you use as a sentence? Okay. You must stop when the traffic light. You must stop when the traffic lights. You must stop when the traffic lights turn red. I think everyone knows about the traffic rules, right? So when the red traffic lights turn into red, you must stop the vehicles. Yes or no? So this is the example of modal verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs. Must, it is an strong obligation, and the example is you must stop when the traffic lights turn red. So what will be the next example? You can make an example of must not also. You can make the example of must not. So what is this? This is an prohibition. Prohibition. I have told you that function of modal auxiliary verbs are prohibition also, obligation also. See, this must is an strong obligation and must not is an prohibition. So what will be the sentence here? Can you tell me? Yes, you must not smoke in hospital. Hospital. Yes or no? You must not smoke in hospital. This is prohibition. So what will be the another example of modal auxiliary verb? Can you tell me, my dear students, what will be the another example of modal auxiliary verbs? Must, must not, must obligation, must not prohibition. What will be the another? What will be the another? CA and can. CA and can. What is this? This is an ability. This is an ability. Not only ability. This is an permission. Permission. And another one? Yes, possibility. 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 Can, that means ability, permission and possibility. So what will be the sentence here? What will be the sentence here? I can swim. I can swim. And another one? Can I use your phone? Can I use your phone, please? Can I use your phone, please? This one is another. And next one? Smoking. Smoking can cause cancer. I can swim. Ability. Can I use your phone, please? Permission. Smoking can cause cancer. That is possibility. Did you understand, my dear students? Okay, so what will be another one? Ability, permission, possibility, prohibition. Now which one is another? Another functions of modal auxiliary verbs. May. 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 Permission. Permission. So, what will be the sentence here? May, permission. What will be the sentence here? What will be the sentence here? May I use your phone, please? This is the permission. Yes or no? May I use your phone please? This is the permission. So these are the few examples of modal auxiliary verbs. Now the next one we will discuss about ordinary verbs. Ordinary verbs generally identified as infinitive verbs. An ordinary verb can express its meaning itself. An ordinary verb is also known as the principal verb, the main verb or an action verb. Some ordinary verbs are go, eat, write, run, play, laugh, help, weep, smile, etc. These are the some ordinary verb, and you can you can see here what are the few example of ordinary verb. V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. This is an ordinary verb like V1, add, add. What will be the V2 of add? Add, added. Another one, V3 also added, add, added. B4, adding, adding, adding. B5, adds, adds. Another one, ask, ask. Another one, asked, asked. Another one, this one also, asked, asked. Before, asking, asking, asking. B5, asks, asks. Another one, B1, go. V2, went. V3, gone. G-O-N-E, gone. V4, going. G-O-I-N-G, going. B5, G-O-E-S, goes. So these are ordinary verbs. Add, added, added, adding, adds. Ask, asked, asked, asking, asks. Go, went, gone, going, goes. These are the ordinary verbs. So my dear students, today we discuss about the verbs. There are two types of verbs. They are auxiliary verbs and ordinary verbs. Auxiliary verbs, simple auxiliary verbs, and next one is modal auxiliary verbs. And we discuss about ordinary verbs, functions of modal auxiliary verbs also, and the few examples also, right? So my dear students, please revise it again in your home. So we will be meeting in the next class. Till then, take care, stay safe. Thank you.